Another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing in the IKWM France deck G4564 with Stigsal, Damba 32, and Mercator. And looking at my first pile, I see Educator, and it's going to take something pretty special to turn me off of Educator. Now, this is a card that I think has actually gotten worse. I think there are other extra occupation cards that are cheaper. So I think Educator's actually gotten a little bit worse. However, there's some great combos in this pile. We've got Sugar Daddy here. Peon, I can set up a baking strategy, and then I can go on the grain to get my food for Educator. You're really looking for, with Educator, some way of getting food. The other thing I would consider is taking Sugar Daddy, hoping Social Climber comes back, and then I have a really good reason to go for an early Stone House strategy. But I think the play is probably just Educator, and then you always hope that you get some good source of food. All right. Farm worker. There we go. Farm worker looks like it's the play. So the line is play Educator, take 2 clay or 2 wood. Round 2, plow a field, turn a wood into 3 food, be ready to play another occupation. There we go. That's exactly what I was looking for. A card like Farm Worker is just perfect. So now we're looking for plowing a field payoffs. Well, a card like Countryman is a lot more playable when you have when I'm going to go for early fields and I don't have to use a resource to spend it. I could absolutely take Cowboy and Mother here. So Cowboy and Mother, one of the issues that Cowboy and Mother has is using, your point ceiling is often too low because you want to get the plows usually in round 12, 13. However, a card like Farm Worker and Educator are going to give me a bunch of actions to offset the downside of the Cowboy and Mother. So then I could plow all my fields pretty early, and then when round 12 comes out, I'd be totally ready to use Family Growth even without room. The other cards I'm looking at here are Mountain Plowman. Yeah, probably not Countryman because we've got Mountain Plowman here. So obviously with Farm Worker, that's going to be good. However, I think what I'm really seriously thinking about here is Miller. What Miller lets me do is it lets me build the 2 clay fireplace or the 4 clay cooking hearth without using an action, which actually seems pretty excellent. And then if Countryman did come back, then I could use Miller to build a clay oven, and then Countryman could be a bake action jump to sow. So I could take any of these 3 cards here. I think Mountain Plowman is the one I will not take. So then I'm thinking Miller or Cowboy and Mother. Let's take Cowboy and Mother here. Yeah. Maybe I get Miller back. Whoa, we've got Master Fencer here. It's a pretty, another good reason to go for a Stone House. We've got Stable Deliveryman, which is fine. Paleontologist holds animals that the Cowboy and Mother would get. Organic Farmer is a late game source of points. I think since I just took Cowboy and Mother, and there's a chance I get Social Climber or... I guess Daddy. Do I even want Daddy if it comes out? Sugar Daddy? Sugar Daddy'd be okay. Yeah. So I could take Master Fencer here. Could take Stable Deliveryman. as a way to hold the animals for Cowboy and Mother. I think I'll take Master Fencer here. With Cowboy and Mother, stay on a 2-room house, go up to a stone house. Hopefully get Social Climber back here. Yeah, the fact that Master Fencer saves me on the fencing action and then also saves me some wood, both of those are quite good. And they're things that the Cowboy and Mother want. So now we're just hoping Family Growth does not come out round 5. That's really the... No Family Growth round 5, please. So I hope you guys are doing well today. So we're waiting on Mercator. Something. I wonder if something's going on here. No moves for a little bit. Okay, neither of the Stonehouse cards came back here, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of competition for those actions. So a card like Old Miser saves me a bunch of food, and if I play Cowboy and Mother, might not cost me that many points. Brainmaker helps with my feeding, although I think it's a worse card than... I don't really think I really need it with Farm Worker. I could take Brushmaker. Brushmaker is fine if I'm going to end up eating some boar at the end of the game. I could play Old Miser. And then Old Miser makes Family Growth at the end of the game a little less important, but it'll save me a bunch of food. Thing is, if I take Old Miser here, I really have to make sure I get point ceiling cards. Like, I need to really have a high score from my farm. I won't take Clerk here. I think the pick is Bone Collector. I think Bone Collector is actually pretty good here. I really want to set up for a breeding pair of cattle and a breeding pair of boar, and then I can eat them for 1 wood each. Old Miser and Cook combo after your second family members, so I won't take it here. Countryman. Ooh, timing of Countryman. Because Cowboy and Mother specifically says you can only use 2 or fewer action spaces. What's the timing? If it's after If it's at the end of the acrobat, family moved or consecutive order. Yeah, actually, it doesn't look like Countryman works, unfortunately. Our Countryman doesn't play nicely with Cowboy and Mother. 2 or fewer action spaces, and Countryman uses an extra action space. Unless you say that Cowboy and Mother triggers before Countryman does. Which I don't think is the case. And I doubt this issue has ever come up because without Educator, there's no way you would play both of them in the same game. Let's search Countryman. What about Cowboy and Mother? Cowboy and Mother and Forest Farmer. Okay, there we go. Forest Farmer and Cowboy and Mother. So let's look at Forest Farmer. Between the work and returning home phase. So Forest Farmer specifies it's between the work and returning home phase. So this says Countryman, Pond Watchman, Acrobat moved in player order. So if they're all moved in player order, then they should all happen at the same phase, during the same phase. Seems clear that Forest Farmer and Cowboy and Mother interact. Okay. Is there anything else on here? Yeah, so it says after all players have moved. It doesn't say what phase it happens in. But then it says it happens at the same time. So therefore, I think I'm going to argue that Countryman is okay. Oh, Compendium seems like it's okay from the Google Doc. Oh, is this the Google Doc for Cowboy and Mother? That would be great. HIKLJ. I guess that would have been a good place to look too. I never I should bookmark this. Cowboy and Mother. You're allowed to use additional actions at the end of or after the work phase and still activate this card. Okay. That looks good. Thank you, HIKLJ. I didn't realize that I had put that in the France deck compendium. Yeah, the question is how do Countryman and Cowboy and Mother interact? The question is, does Countryman move at the end of the work phase or before? Because if it's at the end of the work phase, then you can put Cowboy and Mother on the stack like before. Pumpkin Trellis is the pick here. This card is fantastic. Holy Pumpkin Trellis. So don't really need Master Fencer anymore, so no need to rush up to a stone house. Yes, yeah. Get a couple vegetable, jump over to sowing. Yeah, great card here for me. Okay, Backyard Well is quite solid. Point ceiling here. Granary I like. Yeah, hopefully. I could take Pelts here. Pelts plus Bone Collector, although Pelts is only likely to be a 2-point card, which is not that much. 2 points might just be better than Backyard Well, though. Backyard Well, I have to spend 3 resources for 3 points. Could also take a card like Granary. I think I'll take Pelts here. Pelts is quite good. And even if I only stay on 2 rooms, Pelts is a 2-point card I think is just fine. Next up, Bread Machine is quite good. Didn't get Miller or anything back, but Bread Machine is quite good. Custom Improvements is really good. Farmer's Straw Hat is really good. Trees for the Citizens is good if I build a joinery. Am I committed to a Cowboy and Mother game? I guess not totally. Bone Collector kind of pushes me towards Cowboy and Mother. Yeah, I could take downsizing here. Thing is, I really like... I don't think I need Farmer Straw Hat so much. I think Bread Machine, though, would be really great for my game. So I think what I do is I take Bread Machine, and that's like an alternative way of feeding once I'm not plowing every round for Farm Worker anymore. Although I do have Bone Collector and Pelt, so I do want to build a baking improvement. So then Bread Machine maybe is not as good if I'm going to go for a baking improvement. And if I'm not going to go for baking improvement, then I could eat with vegetables, so Farmer's Straw Hat would be really good. Trees for the Citizens is also really good. I could maybe take that with Bone Collector. Yeah, and I do have Miser, yeah. Maybe I take Trees for the Citizens here. Yeah, with Bone Collector. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, these are the 2 cards that work with Trees for the Citizens. Not going to take Fish Pond. Upholstery with only 2 rooms I think is probably not going to be worth it. I guess I can just take Giant Scarecrow. That sounds fine. I guess Kindling works kind of nice with custom improvements. Kindling does work nicely with custom improvements. I think I can take Giant Scarecrow here. With Giant Scarecrow, I only need to sow grain. I only need to take grain once. And then the second time I can bake it or whatever. You like self-pasture? I could take it, but I think I can probably pumpkin trellis in time to get a breeding pair of cattle. Yeah, I actually think fencing 6 early is going to be reasonably difficult because of my farm worker. I think my farm worker is going to eat up a lot of my building resources. But certainly my farm worker will really like, 4 clay, 6 clay actions to turn that into 12 or 18 food. Yeah, this is certainly a game where I probably like plowing more than 5 fields. Maybe plow up to as many as 7 fields and then fencing 5 or fencing covering 6 spaces. We'll see. Allegory looks pretty good, especially considering the fact that I can eat 2 of these and then it only costs 3 wood. No, you don't play Allegory to do that. Um, I do like Watering Can, but I think Watering Can will be kind of overkill for my game. I think I'd just take Allegory here. And then if I can get one more wood-costed miner, then I think I've really made it. Got two more picks. Just one more wood-costed miner. Or I could go for the well, but the well's a bit more difficult with a Cowboy Mother game. Spending the two actions for 4 points is a lot. It's pretty slow because it slows down your fencing by two actions, which is pretty relevant. Yeah, I don't have to totally commit to Cowboy Mother 2. I could just build a room and switch off of it later. Tavern is a fantastic point ceiling card, but Cowboy Mother usually you don't have extra actions to dump. I think the pick is Food Storehouse. Food Storehouse, I can spend 3 clay on it, so I don't even have to spend wood, but it still has a printed wood cost. So I'm pretty sure the pick is Food Storehouse. Yeah, I'm not going to Slaughterhouse because I'd rather buy the pottery or the well or something. Country Silo I don't think I really need. I think the pick is Food Storehouse here. Not a fantastic one. Downsizing is okay, so to recap for those who came late, Sugar Daddy, Social Climber were both in the same pack. Both of them got taken by pick 4. Both of those players would have seen Master Fencer. Maybe we have a whole bunch of players not planning to build a room, in which case I should take downsizing here because I will get the first family growth extremely easily. And while I do like custom improvements, downsizing is just an amazing card. Yeah. Yeah, maybe there's like 3 players planning to go to stone pretty quickly. I was thinking about it with Master Fencer, but then Pumpkin Trellis says, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I might not be able to get it all done. Like if I do try to downsize fence, well, downsize fence works with whenever you build at least one fence. Yep. So I just need to play Pumpkin Trellis in round 11, which if I farm worker a couple times early, I should be able to do. All right. I don't know if I'll get, well, you know what? Pumpkin Trellis saves me 6 wood. Downsizing saves me 7 wood. I might be able to afford all my wood costed improvements. If I figure my fencing wood just goes into that instead. So we start 4th, which is not ideal, but we don't mind 3 wood with this hand. Three wood into 2 wood or 2 clay, ideally. Think your wheeling is more duty you have to fence before renovating. True, yeah. So people could be planning to build a wood room and then reno up to a stone house. Absolutely, not necessarily renovating on 2 rooms. But if one of the if a player that took Sugar Daddy opened Lighthouse, they would absolutely play that card. We got Commercial Baker here for Mercator. All right. So we much prefer 3 wood to occupation there for sure. So then hopefully I get cheap occupation in round 2. Ideally, if Mercator could start player, I would like that. However, with commercial baker, there's basically no way that happens. And Stigsal plows a field. Second action. So, yeah, we might have some weird stuff going on. In which case, I should really just plan to play normal. Because if these guys are all doing weird stuff, then if I play normally, I should be able to gain quite a bit of efficiency from that. I might get 2 read with my 4th action here. And of course, losing out on Educator, you want to get Educator out as early as possible normally. I do want to play my Farm Worker and my Old Miser before the first harvest, but maybe I don't play any other cards before the first harvest. And then the only other 2 occupations I would play would be Bone Collector and Countryman, and Cowboy and Mother and Master Fencer don't come out. Mercator takes the wood. That pleases me. Go ahead and dump the Educator. Stigsal gonna plow a field again. So Stigsal, I'm gonna assume, has Evening Prayer. Maybe did something like first picking. The other thing is they might have first picked Field Doctor. First pick Field Doctor and or first pick Evening Prayer. Tomba's saying he's got some technical difficulties. I don't remember, I guess. The time doesn't look bad. Time only shows 7 seconds, but maybe didn't hit begin turn for a long time. Okay, so I just play another occupation here, which is kind of weird, but that's what we're going to do. Play Farm Worker. So Educator is already looking like we're not really getting there with the Educator. But that's okay. Time in the time log was fine, yeah. Well, this feels weird, but I'm going to first action plow, turn a clay into 3 food so that I'm ready to play another occupation. And then second action, 4 clay or 3 wood would be good. Nice support card for Educator. Yep, Farm Worker for sure. All 3 of the moves I wanted are gone. That's annoying. Countryman. I could go on grain here, banking that someone will play an occupation, which would let me jump to the sow space, or I could take 3 clay. Let's do it. Let's swing for the upside. Stigsal's going to start player evening prayer or play a free occupation. It's gotta be. Here we go. Beautiful. Oh, it's Boston or Boatswain. So I'm gonna pay 3 wood for Countryman. Nice. Shifting Farmer. Yeah, I think maybe it's just Boston. Just playing an early Boston. Maybe has some grain payoff card. Donba's gonna start player Sapling. Shifting Farmer. Which one is Shifting Farmer again? I don't remember that card. Oh, we've been dropping some frames today. That sucks. I didn't notice. Yeah, normally my bitrate is pretty constant, but I can see it's jumping up and down a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully the quality's not too affected. Ooh. Damba, first move, 4 food fishing. Oh, -4 resources on build cost to replace empty. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that card. Yes, I do know what you're talking about. I would like to read, but I think I'm the only person who really wants to read, so I'll just take the 4 wood here. And I should get second action plow back. And I would like to play Old Miser. And if I don't get second action plow back, I might even get traveling players back. So any of those moves would be fine. Stigsal traveling players, sure. Well, if I end up having to do day labor, that would suck. But I'm not feeling too bad about it. I feel like I've gained some nice efficiency on the game already. Okay, I've gotten some good, nice occupations out already, and I have the ability to play more occupations, so not too upset. I think there's a chance I get 3 read round 5. Because Damba, these guys all have 2 read already. Oh, and as soon as I say that, Damba just takes 2 read. Maybe thinking there's a chance he gets 6 wood if start player falls in, if start player stays in his position and no one takes 3 wood. Maybe looking at the fact that Mercator maybe wants to do something with an oven. Yeah, Mercator builds a clay oven, and then I'm going to plow. And then we have Stigsal doing probably start player, I would think, right? So let's see if Stigsal plays an occupation. I assume the answer will be no. So I'm just paying 4 food here. Yeah. Oh, it just takes 3 wood. Sure. Yeah. So unfortunately, Old Miser didn't come out in stage 1. But I mean, I got a grain field planted. You know, I have a decent amount of wood already. So I could still play Cowboy and Mother. I definitely could still play Cowboy and Mother. Especially the longer I go without getting a good read action. Makes it more appealing. 5 clay here. Easy pick with Farm Worker. It's going to be something like 15 food. So then, yeah, I'll second action Farm Work again. I can eat a raw grain right now if someone does play an occupation. Did Stigsal first pick planter box? I'm guessing that it was planter box. That's why they're laying out their farm like this. Now, Damba's got axe here. Okay, Damba axe tells me I should maybe play Cowboy and Mother. Mercator plows a field. That's kind of annoying. I guess no one's built the first fireplace yet, eh? Should I just go right for a cooking hearth? I guess I should just go right for a cooking hearth with Bone Collector and Cowboy and Mother. I might end up eating boring cattle. So building the cooking hearth here seems fine. Yep. Yep, so I could next round fence 6 and then take sheep. And then I won't downsize, but I do the rest of my fencing with pumpkin trellis. Be nice if these guys could play more occupations. I would appreciate that. Damba builds 2 rooms, so then Stigsal will family growth. So I think the earliest I'm likely to be able to grow in is round 10, and it could be even later if Damba first action start players round 7. Does Damba have enough food to do that? So Damba could first move start player round 7, family growth, and family growth again round 8, in which case Mercator would grow round 9. I would not grow until round 10. That makes Cowboy and Mother a lot more appealing. The other thing is sheep did come out late. No, Mercator's going to first move start player Shepherd's Croc. That kind of seems like an odd move to me. Well, I would really like to take 4 wood. But I think I fence and then take the sheep here. I guess I could also plow. First move plow, second move fence, take the sheep round 7. Yeah, that seems okay. Be great if these guys could play some more occupations. I would love that. I would love if they could play some more occupations. Stigsal plays Eel Farm. I wonder if Stigsal also took... There was the other fishing miner. This is first... Was this first pick Eel Farm? I don't think I saw Eel Farm. I think Eel Farm, if you're going to use it 3 times, is a pretty reasonable card. Mercator finally plays an occupation. Alright, I'm going to play Cowboy and Mother here. So Mercator plays Villain. It gets a sow action. And when he plays a miner, gets a bake bread action. Looks pretty awesome with commercial baker. Really nice combo. So then I'll play Cowboy and Mother here. Pay 2 food, and I get a food at the end of the round. I will fence 6 here. Yeah, because Pumpkin Trellis builds 9 fences, right? Yeah. So I'm going to have access to a lot of food. And Mercator has access to a lot of food, so you gotta kind of hope that Stigsal and Damba struggle a little bit on getting enough food. Otherwise, it's gonna be very hard. But I think the fact that Mercator's got the clay oven, you know, the Boston really would have liked to have picked up the clay oven. Huh. Eel farm right beside the house here. Hmm. So Damba, unless Damba has a miner that gives food, Mercator can afford to 6 wood here. Because if Damba at 4 food can't start player and family growth. But if Damba has a miner that gives a food, which I can't think of any off the top of my head. Wow. Pumpkin Trellis is not quite as good when, you know, you're getting all these early easy wood actions, but definitely I should take the 6 wood. It is possible that Stigsal takes the sheep here. I don't think it's all that likely with 4 wood available and 3 reed available, and 3 stone. I think there are better moves than sweeping the sheep from me, but yeah, there we go. The stone to set up a stone oven next round. Okay, good. Good, good, good. So let's see if Damba has a food cost miner. Or a food... Oh, you know what? He can't afford to. He has to occupation, so it doesn't matter. Or he has to family growth. So Mercator could still start player again. I guess it's possible Damba start player's second action to grow ahead of Mercator in round 8. So it would be kind of nice to set up to build the joinery. To Reno plus joinery. So yeah, just getting good resource actions like 4 clay. I won't take 4 clay here, but 6 clay next round would be fantastic. Because I really only need 2 clay, and then the rest of the clay can go towards my farm worker. Yeah, with Bone Collector, I'm just going to have access to a lot of wood here. A lot of wood. Seems like Damba's having technical difficulties. That's too bad. I don't know what Damba's having issues with. Maybe switch browsers? What does Scarecrow do? And wall. You know what you need? The extension. It's It's gardener, but for grain. That's okay. It's gardener but for grain. That's what it is. Costs 2 wood, and it's got a point on it. Okay. Mercator probably wants to pick up some food. I want the sheep. I want the sheep. Oh, Mercator's going to play start player here again, it looks like. Oh. Oh. Damba's saying yes, it does work. Field phase of a harvest. You can take the field phase of a harvest. Okay. Take the field phase of a harvest. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it works. Alright, we eat a sheep and 2 food. We get a food from our cowboy and mother. We harvest a grain. So I don't really need Old Miser anymore, even. You can just play Bone Collector. I'm getting so much food. I have access to quite a bit of food. I really don't think I need Old Miser anymore. So in round 8, I could have start playered. But if I start player and Stigsal has... Yeah, no, so I would have to build a room in this round with my first move. So I would have had to take Reed, and then I would have to build first move round 8, and then that would let Damba start player. And then if Damba start players, then I would have had to start player round 9 to grow in round 10. Yeah. I'm feeling like this Cowboy Mother was worth it. 6 clay came around, so I'm pretty happy about that. That's what I wanted to see. Definitely round 9 we want to take vegetable, jump to sow. I really would like these guys to play an occupation this round. Actually, just as long as it's before the end of round 9, so that I can get Bone Collector in play. Because I can keep my 1 cattle in my house. I think I'm eating these first 2 cattle, and then when I play Pumpkin Trellis maybe in round 11, then I can start holding... Then I can hold the second cattle, and then I can start breeding the rest of the way. Oh, Mercator played Beanfield. Stigsal debating start player first move here. Ends up plowing a field. Sure. Stigsal certainly wants to make sure they get the stone oven. Huh, yeah, it just happened again. I don't know. I wonder if it's because of everyone being home. Like one of our roommates would normally not be home hardly ever, and instead they're home streaming. I assume streaming HD video in their room, so then it's like maybe that extra internet usage. I've always loved the Bonanza art on Beanfield. It is fun. Yeah, all the crazy eyes. Never really thought about that. Okay, what do we like with this move? Plow's not available, and plow would have been our first choice. Take a grain, jump to sow. Nah, I don't think so. There's no 2 stone, otherwise I'd take the 2 stone. I could play a minor improvement. Like I could do something like food storehouse here, start player food storehouse. But I don't really have that many actions, so doing a start player without like a pretty strong plan doesn't seem like a good idea. I'll just take the 3 wood here. I'm gonna pretty much always want a ton of wood. And if these guys don't play occupations, if I don't get Bone Collector out in time, then I don't feel so bad. Plus A, because Cowboy and Mother starts to give an animal each round. I guess I can eat all my sheep and hold the breeding pair of cattle. Yeah, I guess that makes more sense. I don't know what I was thinking. So I definitely want a vegetable jump to sow next round. And then my first move could be taking 2 reed. 2 reed would be enough to reno twice. I could take 2 stone. 2 stone would be my 2 stone for the joinery. Two stone's not a particularly efficient action. Plow? I could plow. Plow seems kind of unexciting. The clay conversion is nice, but I don't know. I'm probably just gonna eat a couple sheep here, right? So I don't really need the food. Hobbyist or businesswoman would be stellar for this game. Yes. I mean, to be fair, hobbyist is pretty great in just about every game. I'm gonna jump from veg to sow. Yes. That's the plan. Stigsal builds a room. So Damba has to start player. Seems fine to sow an extra grain. I don't think sowing the grain is all that relevant. Like, I don't really have a way to use grain. And I have Giant Scarecrow, which I may or may not play. So I'm not too worried about it. Cowboy Mother will give plows. Why is 2 reed exciting? 2 reed lets me reno. And I want a reno joinery. Since I have the clay for it already. Damba plays start player crooked plow. Okay, can these guys play some occupations, please? Urgh. I guess they took a whole, you know what's happening? They took a whole bunch of stone house occupations and then realized that the game didn't come together. And now we're saying, oh, we won't play any of these stone house occupations. I wouldn't take 2 reed over 2 stone, and I wouldn't take 2 reed over reed stone food. Plow would be totally fine here, yes. I think I'm going to take the 2 stone, though. No, no, no. I could reed stone food. I'm going to hope for 3 stone. Yeah, I'll hope for 3 stone. So vegetable certainly. So then I could read stone food with this move. Yeah, I think I read stone food over plow. So if these guys could play some occupations this round, even just one. I mean, all I want is one. Just one occupation, please. Just one. Like playing Pumpkin Trellis first action round 11. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can do that. I can sow a grain here, and then my grain will be empty, and then I can sow again in round 10. So pumpkin, I do definitely want Pumpkin Trellis start player in stage 4, and I think round 11, yeah. In order to get it, I pretty much have to do it first action. So yeah, that's probably what I should build towards. So then my round 10 would be something like 3 stone, vegetable, jump to sow again. Water can plus Boston is weird. A little bit, although to be fair, the one food fishing is not as appealing. But yeah, I wouldn't have played watering can here. I would have played it towards the end of the game. Like, this is a card that you play in round 14. It accomplishes the same effect as Boston here. Yeah, except that it's on start player, which they want to do to get family growth in round 10, I assume. But yes, I agree. It's a weird... It's probably not any better than just not playing watering can. Yes, agreed that you want to use it for veg. Stigsal plays Miller here. Finally, we've got an occupation. So Miller, I get to play my Bone Collector. So now I will eat 4 sheep for a bunch of food. Get 2 wood, and then I get a cattle at the end of the round. Oh, is Cowboy and Mother end of round or it's work phase, right? Yeah, work phase, so I get an animal. So I have to pass to Stigsal because Stigsal gets to go before me. I wonder if Stigsal has some minor that requires having grain fields. I can't think of what that would be though. I don't think I passed any. Stigsal plays another occupation, Braid Maker. So here's the opportunity for me to play Old Miser, and I think no, I have enough food at this point that I don't want to do it. So now I use Countryman. Jump to sow, and then harvest. The well still being available means I'm probably not getting reedstone food. Or probably not getting 3 stone. But maybe these guys want wood badly enough that they snap up the wood actions. And they want plow actions too. Although to be fair, start at round 10, 8 fields plowed already. That's... and Damba has the cricket plow in play. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's no pressure on the plow space. So we talked about this earlier, Sid. We were looking at the France deck compendium. And in the France deck compendium, I said you are allowed to use additional actions at the end of or after the work phase and still activate this card. For example, Forest Farmer, Acrobat, etc. Now, Countryman specifically says after all players have finished placing their peeps. So it's not clear that whether that is part of the work phase or not. However, Countryman does occur in the same phase as Forest Farmer and Acrobat. So since it takes place in the same phase, then I figure it works. So the 3 stone being gone, so I'll just plow. And plowing means I should get to sow bake. Plow, convert a clay to 3 food. Bad wording on... No, honestly, the wording on Countryman is fine. The issue is that the game designers screwed up. They screwed up a lot in the early days because people went to them and said, hey... People went to them and said, hey, how do these cards interact? And in some cases, I think gave some very bad rulings based on the wording on the card. Because in my opinion... There is a clear... yeah, exactly. There's not a consistent wording on Countryman, Acrobat, Forest Farmer, all those cards, right? That's the issue. Is that Pond Watchman, it didn't have consistent text on it. So you could argue, well, Countryman says after every other people have placed their people. That's ambiguous. While Acrobat pretty specifically says... before the start of the returning home phase, or whatever. One of them says before the start of the returning home phase. Mercator's got Employee of the Month here. This is a pretty weak Employee of the Month. Only 2 goods. You really want to hit 3. I'd like to see play a different occupation here and then play it next round. That's what I would have liked. So I'll take veg again and plan to jump to sow. He gets to sow with it. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I would like to see 1 more occupation and then Employee of the Month next round. Because then you can get all 3 different types of animals. But yeah, it's fine. I guess this way he can sow the vegetable in round 11 theoretically, but he doesn't have a space. He's got Beanfield. I don't know. Yeah, you give up 1 good to gain potentially sowing in round 11. So, yeah, seems fine. Yeah, we can look at the wording of these. So Countryman says, after all players have placed their people. Okay, now let's look at Pond Watchman. Pond Watchman, at the end of a work phase, after all other players have taken their action. Okay, so this says specifically, this has the after all other players have taken their action. This also says at the end of the work phase. Well, now let's look at Acrobat. After all players have finished taking their turns. Okay. So far, none of them contradict each other, but you could argue that there's slightly different timing to each of them. The issue that I think we ran into was with Forest Farmer. Forest Farmer specifically says that it happens before the returning home phase. Forest Farmer's not on here. It's on the WM Compendium. Donba plays Mountain Plowman. Yeah, so where'd those Stone House cards end up? We had Sugar Daddy, we had Social Climber. Social Climber can still be used for 3 stone. However, no one other than me is ready to renovate to clay right now. I should maybe bake 1 grain. Yes, because I have 6 grain, so if I sow 1 more time, or if I play Giant Scarecrow and harvest 2 grain, so I can safely bake 1 grain. Bake 1, not 12, bake 1. So now I'm ready to first action start player Pumpkin Trellis. And then hopefully the 2 boar will come back. Here to stir up trouble. So Stigsal goes for the 2 cattle. Gets to hold them on their eel farm. Alright, no start players, guys. No start players. Domba won't start player. Domba, well, no, Crooked Plow doesn't like Plow Sow. Yeah, eel farm with Boston. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Mercator might start player, although I have... Yeah, Mercator would like Plow Sow and would like Family Growth. So Mercator could start player. So if Mercator start players, then I will reno Pumpkin Trellis, I think. Merc start players for the bake. He does pick up the vegetable, though, so he could... Whoa. He's using his shepherd's crock that he played like 1,000,000 rounds ago. That's crazy. Alright. Start player Pumpkin Trellis. Pay 3 wood. Fence 9. I paid the 3 wood, right? Yes, I did. I could plow 1 space bigger. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, I may as well. It doesn't let me hold as many of some kinds of animals. But I probably want to end up building some stables anyways, so this seems fine. Weird field fence orientation for croc. Yeah. Well, Domba's going to plow 3 fields at once with Crooked Plow. And Stigsal certainly has occupied a lot of space already. It's Mercator mostly that I'm wondering about. How does Mercator... Does Mercator have some plow that we haven't seen yet? Oh, here we go. Here's the reason. Mercator plays Bonus Room. So here's the reason behind what Mercator has been doing. So I could play a minor improvement on Reno here, or I could read Stone Food so that I could Reedstone food so that I could build the joinery. And then after taking reedstone food, I could then take 2 stone again later to reno to a stone house. Yeah, I'll do it here. I'll reedstone food. I want to swing for the joinery. Also, pressuring reno might be good, since these guys with their big houses want to hit stone, probably. Alright, so we feed 4, get a boar at the end of the round, breed it. Yeah, I think Mercator actually, with how full Mercator's farm is right now, doing another shepherd's crock for another big pasture actually seems kind of appealing. Stay on 3 rooms, 4 fields along the top, then 2 big pastures. That's a totally fine layout, especially with a card like shepherd's crock. Might have some kind of plow help. Although with Beanfield Cash Crop, you don't need plow help so much, so I don't know. We really need family growth to come round 12. If round 12 is plow sow, that will be pretty bad for us. Is it so bad that we consider start player again? Crook? Shepherd's crook. Oh, I'm thinking of witch's crock. Crook, thank you. Just like Nixon. Yeah, so I want to build stables. If I don't build stables, I'm just not going to be able to hold all the animals I can make. So stables plus allegory. Maybe I just reno twice, and maybe I don't build the joinery. Although trees for the citizens is looking pretty appealing right now. If I play allegory and trees for the citizens, that makes trees a 3-point miner. Free 3-point miner. No, no! Sorry, guys. Sorry, friends. I think I play pelts here. I could also play giant scarecrow. I could also play allegory. Giant Scarecrow is a wood miner for trees. It also gets me a point from grain without having to sow again. I think I'll play Giant Scarecrow here. Then I'll second action Reno Joinery. So obviously we're helping Stigsal quite a bit here. Am I going to plow? I'm actually thinking about taking the sheep. Thinking about taking the sheep because it saves me having to take sheep again, and then maybe I don't play Allegory. Allegory would be nice to get the one sheep, but I maybe won't have time for it. Maybe playing trees and joinery is going to take up all the rest of my time. Not that sheep is much better than plowing. I mean, they're both very likely to just be 2-point actions either way. There's probably not much separating the two of them. Except that when I plow, I can turn a clay into 3 food. Sheep makes my animal holding trickier. This is true. But I think probably I'm just putting my cattle up in these two spaces, my boar down here, keep my cattle at 4 and then holding a sheep there. Because eating the animals for Boneyard Collector is probably going to be worth it. Tomba fences 13. Hey! Montu, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime resub. Really appreciate that. Thanks for the support, and enjoy building the well. Let's see. The well should go this game. Like, Domba's got 4 stone. Mercators would like to build the well. Mercator would really like Reedstone Food and then Reno well. Donba would like taking wood and building the well. Although the well is a little less good. Just doing it for the emotes. Yeah. The best reason to do anything. So I guess I will plow here because maybe I get 3 sheep with my second action next round, and that would give me an extra wood. Yeah, taking multiple sheep is better than plowing because the sheep actually get me wood, and I need wood more than I need food right now. Yeah. That's fun. Oh. This is my happy face. That's cute. Yeah, I guess Plasto has 0 value to me, eh? Because I'm at 4 vegetables. I'm at 6 grain. I'm going to go up to 8, and then I'm going to go up to 10. So I've got an extra 2 food coming in. If I eat any animals... Yeah. So yeah, I will take the plow here. And then I can take 3 sheep, and then the 3 sheep, it's 2 points in a wood. And 2 points in a wood is better than just a plow that converts food, clay to food. Because I don't really care about food anymore. I have more than I need. Unfortunately, that's when family growth didn't come around 12. I ended up with more food than I can use. Guess I can mark points on here, eh? Plus I from Cowboy and Mother. I can just do that now. Can I convert with farm worker? Does that work? Oh, it does work. It's plow in any method. Oh, I didn't realize that. Let's convert a clay into 3 food. I thought it was just on the plow space. I didn't think that you could farm worker do that. Oh, I like that interaction even better now. Playing another after this? We got time, it's Corona time. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'll do another. I'm gonna take a short break to get some food, but yeah, I can do another. Assuming I don't have to wait too long. I've had 2 games start up really recently. But we've got a lot of watchers, so hopefully some of them are up to playing. Alright, so family growth. Need the points. Don't need the clay, you can play food storehouse. I have trees for the citizens to play, and I have pelts to play, and I have allegory, and I think all of those are probably better for me than food storehouse at this point. Because food storehouse is just 3 clay for a point, which is not any better than building the 2 clay fireplace or whatever. So, yeah, I don't think it really matters. I'm not going to have enough improvement actions to play out all my cards. Unfortunately, I think if I don't win this game, which, I mean, I don't know, am I going to? Probably not. I'll probably score like 46 or something, and I don't know if that's going to be enough for the win. There are no global bonuses available. It's a 1.5. Yeah. Only if I get another wood improvement out. And I don't think I'm likely to play... I'm not going to get 3 more improvement actions, put it that way. I'm only going to get 1, maybe 2. The well's still available, so I could take 3 stone. No, Mercator's going to reno build the well, I would think. So I could take the stone just to give myself a 2-point action in the last round. Or I could just build an improvement right now, right here. I think with trees for the citizens and the joinery, building stables are not worth it unless I'm going to still be at 5 wood or 3 wood. So the stables not being worth it makes taking sheep a lot worse. If Stigsal renos... No, I'm going to be last in renovating. I can't reno here. No, there's no way. That's too dangerous. I just play trees for the citizens here. Yeah. And then we hope family growth comes back in round 14. I can feed 5 here. And then breed. And breed. And then we harvest. And then we harvest the grain. We use scarecrow for the grain. So yeah, we need the family growth action and then maybe pelts for our other move. Yeah, so like I can eat 2 cattle and get 2 wood, which pushes me up in terms of joinery. Hey, there's the well. We figured Mercator with 4 clay and 3 stone and 1 reed. That was an obvious decision. Yeah, so I'm maxed on crops. I'm going to have maxed, maybe maxed cattle. If I don't have maxed cattle, then I'll have 3 points in cattle and in boar. It's pretty similar either way. Um, yeah, so hopefully we get family growth and then pelts next round. And then last action would be, I don't know. Take a sheep, play allegory. Yeah, the sheep is worth a point after we eat 2 boar. So, family growth. Leave 1 sheep for last because hopefully no one wants 1 sheep. Family growth. Pelts. Sheep. Maybe not in that order. Allegory is bad. It's probably not better than 2 clay fireplace. Yeah, it's 1 point. But I mean, my last action might just be 1 point either way. Because I think what's pretty likely to happen is I end up eating 2 boar, getting another 2 wood, so that maxes my joinery. Gives me space for the sheep, which is appealing. Or I guess with allegory, if I play allegory, I would eat 1 boar, 1 cattle, so that I still end up with... So it would get me plus 1 point from the 1 animal, but it would cost me a couple points on the wood, but then I would eat points back and I would get the sheep. It's unlikely that it's worth it. But I mean, I might be running out of actions next round. Is eating 4 cattle worth playing 3, building a bunch of stables? Maybe? We'll see. We'll see what comes back here. Yeah, I can't hold the sheep if I try to hold the boar and the cattle. Right. So then that would only really work if I build stables, and I'm not going to do I'm not going to do 4 actions. Yeah. So. Okay. Fortunately for Stigsal, no great read action here. Does have a very complete farm. A couple negatives just at the moment, but... What's Damba doing? Damba renovating? Does Damba have slapdash? I would assume Damba has a way to get around to double reno here. That would be my assumption. Maybe not. Might have just got stuck running out of moves at the end of the game. Yeah, if I don't win, the fact that Master Fencer and Old Miser are dead in my hand, that's going to be the number 1, number 2 reason. Because I have the food to play more occupations. There were cards like Organic Farmer. You know, if I had Organic Farmer, I wouldn't play Joinery necessarily. I would have just built built some stables. And then maybe I fence tighter and go for a big Organic Farmer. Yeah. What else was in the draft that we passed on that were points at the end of the game? Organic Farmer was the big one. There were not a lot of convert stuff into points. Oh, there was the boar. The eat 3 boar, eat 4 boar, get 3 points card. That card would be worth something here. Cured meat? No. Mercator gets Plow Sow with 3rd action, and we get Family Growth with the 4th action, so that's worked nice. Not Cured Meat, Brushmaker, yeah. I mean, I wasn't super committed to the Cowboy and Mother game. It was just kind of the way the family growth queue worked out. Also, the fact that these guys avoided occupation in stage one and pushed and went on plow a whole bunch. Those were the two big factors. So that meant that because they were plowing, I wasn't plowing as much. I had to dedicate more early actions to getting my couple plows out. Didn't get Old Miser out in time. Old Miser comes out stage one. I think I'm way more likely to push for early family growth. But the fact that it didn't come out was a problem for me. Stigsal takes the sheep. Okay, so I'm not getting sheep. So pelts and fireplace. Pelts and stables, maybe. No one can build stables except for Mercator, but Mercator's gonna do other stuff. Yeah, how many stables do I need to build to make this worth it? Not many. No, I guess I do, because it's just points directly. I just end up eating points. So maybe I play fireplace here. And then last action, hopefully Pelts comes back. Otherwise, if I don't fireplace here, I don't see a 1-point move for me with my last move. Stigsal goes for the boar. Okay, filling up their farm. Getting all the 2-point actions in. Donba wants that pottery. Yep. I hope Donba has some way of renovating. Pretty sad if you end with 5 stone in your supply with a 5-room stone house. Alright, so I can eat 2 boar, pelt both of them, get 2 wood. Feed 7. We end up with way more food than we needed because we have an extra 2 grain here as well. Alright, here's my final farm. So I have whatever I score plus 7. $48, not bad. Doesn't beat Donba if Donba hits a stone house. And actually might not even beat Stigsal just right now with the 3-point Peasant's Boutique. We have to hope that Stigsal has to eat some. Stigsal does have to eat some points. That's definitely true. F, F, G, G, R. So the G is not any points. The food is not any points. They eat 1 point with the reed. So we might tie Stigsal. It looks like. Probably tie Stigsal. And then if Donba does Reno, Donba probably wins. Well, considering Stigsal got the first family growth to tie in this position, I'm not too unhappy with that. Especially considering Stigsal really killed my farm worker. And that this was a weaker than average educator game just with how few occupations were played by my opponents. And how few occupations were played by me. That's also a factor. And if family growth comes around 12, that would have been a lot better for me. That oh, Peasant's Boutique is counted in this score here. And a 3-point Basket Maker's Workshop. 3-point Basket Maker's Workshop doesn't seem right if they had to eat a point. Anyways, they did announce 46, so... Oh man, we won. Looks like we won. Pulled off the win. Yeah. Domba says he had Chief. Wow. Yeah. If he renos the Stone, he wins. 45. No, that's right. Oh, wait, no. Peasant's Boutique gives points for 1 read? Is that right? Yeah, 1 read. Yeah, never mind. So we managed to win with Cowboy and Mother game and Family Growth not coming in round 7. So that's pretty nice. Donba not getting to reno won me the game. Yeah, exactly. The fact that Donba ran out of time on his renovation was huge. Should be 2. Yeah, Donba had Chief as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if Donba says, you know, if I don't focus on my farm so much, just push reno a lot quicker. That's where I like quite a bit that did I reno in round 12? I like that I kind of like that I slow played on the reno. So maybe even if the reno's going differently, I need to take 3 stone to pressure the double reno for Donba. It ended up working out fine because didn't Stigsal reno two rounds in a row? Who renoed round 13? Where's round 13? Reno. I renoed round 12. Who renoed round 13? Mercator renoed round 13. Yeah, so the fact that there were 4 renovations left, only 3 actions, Domba only got 1 of them. That was the difference here. Yeah. Okay, GG. I'm gonna do another game, but I got to take a bit of a break, so I don't know if I'll be able to join Fofo's game or not. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. If you're watching live on Twitch, I'm gonna take the stream down for like 30 seconds, so refresh in like a minute. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll see you next time. Bye.